Hello everyone! As August kicks off the second part of the summer holidays, it was time for the third edition of Into the Under-Ekeren, the Warhammer Underworlds tournament organized by yours truly at the Tin Soldiers of Antwerp. The first time it is ran with the second edition of the game, and the format was Nemesis. But there was more! I requested and received a golden ticket from Games Workshop for the event, making it the very first official World Cup qualifier to be ran into the club. Of course, when the actual ticket arrived to give to the winner, I took the liberty of posing with it. That way at least I could hold one of them in my hands for real. But apart from the ticket, I obtained some additional prize support. First off, like for all the events I'm running this year, the Spirit from the beginning of the year and the Lord of Drinks tournament near the end, all participants received a TSA 2025 Dice 6 that I had made. For the player that managed to get the lowest amount of glory points during the day, a token organizer was there for future better planning. The winner obtained, apart from the ticket, also a warband of the new edition, the Gardeners, while the best painted winner gained a first edition primal layer terrain set for more painting pleasures. The player with the least glory points took home a token organizer, as I said, but apart from that, I also had a raffle prize for those that didn't win anything, and that were some Grimwatch dice. Just in case I needed to play, I opted to take along my Sirenis Razors, the same band and deck which I played in the Mines of Alost with, and because it will be amongst the final times I get to play the Idenef, because we all know who are coming to the game. In the end, I did need to join, and we were with 10 players vying for the glory. We had 3 Emberwatch, 1 Grimwatch, 1 Ylfari's Guardians, 1 Cunning Crew, 1 Borgis Beast Grabas, a Green Crank's Looncourt, a Dagog Stablads, and finally my Sirenis Razors in the pool of warbands. I also want to thank Mike, Johan and Steven for additional pictures. Because I was playing myself, I didn't get a chance to take too many during the event, unfortunately, toggling between playing and paperwork. So how did I fare myself? For the first round I was paired against Johan and the dreaded Grimwatch. I managed to ping his leader in his first activation power step, get the glory for taking a ghoul down and give Desperate Rage to Stefanir. The squid thundered in and using it actually took down his leader immediately in my second activation, and my life suddenly was a lot easier. From then on I didn't come into any problem anymore and scored a 16-22 win. The second round saw me against Joop and the Emberwatch. Like with Domaton in the days, the plan was to use round 1 to do some damage across his figures, to get that healing potion out, and then start picking his band apart. I immediately pinged one with a hammer tide, and then went on to miss every attack roll. So doing only a single point of damage over the whole round, I was steamrolled for the game and lost a heavy 22-9. It doesn't help that you can't score nearly anything in the end phases for the first 2 rounds either. Game 3 saw me face Vincent and Ylfari's Guardians, a warband I don't really fear, and I went to my regular battle plan. Yltari almost immediately bit the dust, and from then on it was playing on control, trying to score while denying where we can, and took along an 18-17 victory. A bit too close for comfort, but the points were there. For the fourth round, I faced Maximilian and another warband of Emberwatch. And this was bloody frustrating. I actually managed to table his entire warband, the theory works, but because Wrecker showed up only in round 3 and my kata counter was already on 3 by then, I lost nevertheless with 20-18 due to this. Otherwise it would have been a win on the tiebreaker. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. And that brings us to the final round, and yes, more Emberwatch for me again. Again I stuck to the plan, but as I now had Wreckers in the opening hand, I could quickly score it together with Stay Close in round 1, building a safe lead and taking home a 20-17 victory. So this saw me go 3-2 and 9 tournament points, but as the massive defeat from round 2 saw me in the lowest of the group of 9 pointers, glory differential was a first ranking tiebreaker, then scored glory. A 5th place overall was mine. And that brought us to the various awards to be handed out. Now, as I said, I was busy as hell all day, so I forgot to take the traditional little video of the painted warbands, my apologies, and snatch the winner's warband of our Discord server from Warhammer Underworlds Belgium. The system used to let all players vote on the warbands, handing out 5, 3 and 1 point respectively for their top 3. In case of ties, the times the 5 points were awarded was a decider, and then how many times they received a vote. The winner was Peter with Borgis Beast Grabas with 25 points, followed closely by Nico with the Grincrank's Looncourt at 24. Patrick's Cunning Crew got 17 points, Maximilian's Emberwatch got 14 points, my Sirenis Razors got 7 points, the Iltari's Guardian scored 2 points, and finally the Grimwatch took 1 point. So those were all the votes cast. And next on the order of merit, it was time for the consolidation prize of least glory points obtained. It was actually Peter again on this one, as he scored only a measly 71 glory during the day. But unless you win the event or best painted, our house rules are no double prize. And as such, the player with the second lowest glory amount received the organizer tray, being Vincent. I also ran the participation raffle, as I prefer this over sportsmanship. If you are acting like an ass, we just throw you out, simple as that. Which is also a system I often found silly when multiple players end up with the perfect score. So with the above no double prize policy, and excluding myself as a TO, that meant we had 6 people eligible for the set of Grimwatch dice. An innocent hand tossed the dice and it came out on Wouter, who took home the little gift. But then we finally are at the most important of scores, the result of the tournament itself. The glory differential was the first tiebreaker and then the scored glory. So here is the result of the day. In 10th place came Vincent with his Iltari's Guardians with 0 points. Above them, Peter with the Dagok Stablats scored 3 points. Then we had the other Peter, who won the best painted with his Beast Grabas with 5 points. Patrick scored 6 points with his Cunning Crew, as did Walter with his Emberwatch. We then had 3 players with 9 points, being myself with Sirenis Razors in 5th, Nico with the Grincrank's Looncourt in 4th, and Johan with the Grimwatch in 3rd. Maximilian took 2nd place with his Emberwatch, while the tournament was won by Joop and his Emberwatch with 15 points. Way to go and congratulations on your golden ticket. And that's it, the dust settled on Into the Under-Ekeren tree, the golden ticket was handed out, and now it is time to sit back and relax with a good craft beer, unpack the deck and shoving my loved and great fun Idenef warband, starting to prepare mentally for the arrival of the followers of Hashood. Oh, and you know how I always try to couple my smaller game events to a fantasy battle at our club? Well, this time around we had a modest game of Ave being run, so enjoy some eye candy of that as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!